Hi, today I'm here with Dawn Campbell. She is a makeup artist for television, film, commercial, beauty, SFX, men grooming, vintage, glamour, all of it. She's
Oh yeah,
done Method Man, she's done Chloe Cherry, a ton of people. How are you doing today?
really good. It's a nice day in New York. Um,
Yes.
Off work, work tomorrow. So, it's really nice to have a free day.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's nice out today. It's not too cold, not too hot.
Yeah, I had the leather
Yeah.
jacket on. I didn't have to put my coat on for the first time in like a month, so not bad.
These viewers, they don't know how cute your coat is. You have Dawn wears the cutest coat. It is insane. It is so cute. So,
Thank
how
you.
did you get started in doing makeup for television, film, and commercial, all of it?
Yeah, so let's see. I've been doing makeup since about 2005, so can't believe it's been, 21 years now.
Yeah.
Um, So I started doing it on the side at a day spa slash makeup place. And that was just supplementing what I was doing, working for museums, actually, is why I came to New York. So I was doing that and I was doing makeup on the side, and I started to realize that I really liked it. So I dug around for a little bit. I didn't immediately become a full time makeup artist. So it kind of slowly started. I had friends of friends, who were wanting, someone to get on set and assist. I started working on, I think the first thing I did, the first TV show that I did was probably 2011. And so
Okay.
it was a Red Drum, or one of those reenactment horror. Well, not horror, but it's kind of like a murder crime reenactment, like ID Discovery had a lot of those shows. Um, and so I was hanging out with some friends at a bar, I remember, and a friend of a friend said, "Does anyone know a makeup artist?" And so I raised my hand. I was like, "Me," you know. So she brought me on, and that's when I learned, I started learning how to do wounds and doing, making dead bodies and like doing some blood work and that kind of thing. So that was pretty cool.
That is so, so, so cool. So, with that, what's like a typical day in the life for you as a makeup artist?
Well, it really depends on what venue you're working in. So I'll start with how it is in TV and film. Usually it's very early day. I've gotten calls as early as 3 and 4 a.m. So you really have to have like, a schedule that allows for that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, let's see. So you're usually pre-called at least a couple of hours before the rest of the crew. So most of our work happens in pre-call. It happens in the trailer. So we're coming to work earlier and getting everyone prepped. That's usually the biggest part of the day, unless talent is staggered, and then you might have more makeups to do. But generally, you're
Mm-hmm.
doing the big makeups in the morning, and then through the day, you're maintaining it. So we sit on set, and we're just looking for touch-ups and that kind of thing. So it becomes all about maintaining through touch-ups for the rest of the day. Generally, the days are about 12 to 14 hours. Can be a little long, shorter if you're day playing, which I do that sometimes on shows. They'll bring me on to work, and they might cut me early. So that's,
Mm.
sort of different. For commercial, usually it's an early call, but a shorter day, probably about a 10-hour day. But the same sort of deal. Usually I have more talent staggered throughout the day with commercials than I do when I'm doing TV film. So that one, again, you're mostly maintaining at some point, you're maintaining the touch ups. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Yeah, I'm mostly TV and film. So yeah, I do a wedding every now and again. And so in that, it's kind of a different story, but you have a
Yeah.
team and it's not a long day. You just kind of do it and go. Same with do and go that
Mm-hmm.
you're doing for events.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you enjoy most about each one? Like, how are they different to you?
Yeah, I would say TV and film is my baby. Like that's what I
Yeah.
love. That's the main thing that I do, and that's what I prefer. I've department headed some movies, and that's great to be able to design. I really like designing. So designing the
Mm-hmm.
makeups, and then you have your team, and they're just creating the looks that you designed. So that's really one of my favorite things. But yeah, the collaboration is really, really what keeps me in the industry. I love having collabs with my other artists. It's a project. I'm kind of a project based person. I love the idea of doing a project from completion to end, which is probably why I didn't mesh so well in an office environment, because it just felt like, oh, it's continuing and continuing and continuing. And, like, I like a start and finish,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
I'm the same way. Like,
Hmm.
I like to see the final product.
Exactly. And then you
Yeah.
feel so proud. And, of
Yeah.
course, there's the sadness at the end too, because you get so close to everybody and you just, I've made some really close friends at work. And so, film and TV people love it. Nothing like it.
Yeah, I've cried a few times
Oh, yeah.
during rap. Oh my
Hmm.
God. There's a few
Hmm.
times I bawled my eyes out because it's like you go from seeing these people every
Yes.
single day
Hmm.
to you don't see them anymore unless if it's like you go out of your way to see them. And like
Hmm.
everyone's busy and they have their own lives and
Hmm.
that could be really, really hard.
It is like, sometimes you'll see the same people on set, which is fun. And it's always like seeing an old friend and you get so excited. But yeah, some people I haven't worked with again, and it is very sad. You
Yeah.
get so close and it makes me laugh because people see shows like, say, Love is Blind, per se. And they're like, how do these people get so close? They don't know each other. They're in a lounge. And I'm just like, let me tell you, when you're sitting behind next to someone for 15 hours a day, you're going to get close. You're going to talk
Yeah.
about everything from childhood trauma to like, your cat, whatever.
Yeah. I feel like that's the beauty and magic of like a
Hmm.
TV set, you know?
Hmm.
So, is there a project you've worked on where you felt especially proud of the final makeup on screen?
Well, let's see. One of my early projects, this was really fun. This was, God, when was it? Maybe 2009 or something like that. But I got to do a book promo. So it was a fantasy book for
Oh.
kids, and I got to turn a girl into a dragon, which was really fun. So I got to make these sticks
What?
out of can, and I'm cutting them and design. What did I use? I'm trying to remember what I used. Maybe I used latex, but I was cutting them and painting them, and then I got to apply them on set, and it came together really, really nicely. Um, that one, and I would say I spent some years doing Mysteries at the Museum, and that's one of the things that really got me fast because
Yeah.
it's all historical, it's all period. So you're just going through and you're really learning. That's when I really started learning period hair and makeup. And then the Foods That Built America, I did some seasons of that. So much fun getting to design men's facial hair. That I didn't know that I was going to love until I started. So then when you see them on the screen
Wow.
with that handlebar mustache, you're just like, I did that.
Yeah.
So
That's
cool.
so cool. There's so many different aspects that like you wouldn't even think of. Like me, it's like
Hmm.
now it makes sense. Like of course you would design men's facial hair.
Hmm.
But I'm like that wasn't even a thought in my head that that's like something that happens. But
Of
of course
course.
it does.
Hmm. So many different
Wow.
aspects that you don't necessarily think about. Tattoo coverage is another thing that's huge for us. So you have to get good at that. You have to get fast at that, especially if you're doing period work. And, a lot of us have tattoos these days. So it's just kind of par for the course. When you're doing a big show, you're bringing your tattoo coverage, either your airbrushes or your alcohol palettes. And so, a lot of your job is going to be doing that. And so you do get fast at that. And that's kind of fun too, watching it disappear like magic.
Yeah. There's like I feel like when like as an actor, when you're in hair and makeup, there's so much pressure on you guys. Like it's go, 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 go. It's really like hurry up and wait or just hurry up, hurry up. There's never no like
Yeah.
come and we'll just ease into it. Like it's always
Hmm.
on the go, on the go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I always have so much respect for the hair and
Yeah.
makeup team. Like it's just oh my God, I can't even imagine.
You really have to be able to work on a schedule. And that's one of the key things to, I think, being successful in this business. There's lots of talented artists, but you absolutely have to be able to do work within a time constraint.
Yeah.
You really have to get fast at what you're doing, fast and good at the same time, and
Yeah.
that's, like I said, I got my training wheels getting a million people thrown at me, and just it was overwhelming, but I was able to get fast. And I remember when I was department heading the French Italian, which I did in 2022. That was a makeup that I was really proud of. Like everyone was great, the cast was great, the makeups came out amazing. But the assistant director, I remember at the wrap party, he pulled me aside and he said, "You were so fast." And I said, "It's the best compliment from a first AD you can ever get." He's like,
I love that.
said that you were going to be ready. You said 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes. You said five. It was five. And I was like, oh, best compliments.
I love that. I love that. That really is the best compliment.
Hmm. Because they know about
So,
time.
yeah, yes. Time is money on a set. It
Hmm.
really
It sure is. It sure is.
is. So now to wrap things up, who is someone that you know that has to be on the show next?
I would like to pass the baton to my beautiful friend, Erica Adams. She's a fellow makeup artist and she's also a model. Fantastic. She just did Fashion Week. She walked in Fashion Week last September, I believe. Yeah. And so just like, you know, you got to get in touch with her.
I
She's
love that.
smart, like good at educating people, fantastic artist, fantastic person.
Oh, thank you so much, Dawn. You
Mhm.
are the best.